maybe grabbing a cup of tea.
Okay. Well, we're live.
Hello, Twitch.
This is just a warm-up. See, give people a chance to turn up. And all that. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, I think it's probably a good idea to, I mean, I like learning about new stuff anyway, so it's probably a good idea to learn how to do that sort of thing, like the intro videos and things like this. I mean, I could certainly improve it, but well, it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Really, I'm not making a career out of doing this. I can't see that happening anytime. I don't think I'd really want to be honest. I wouldn't mind doing less teaching and more coding,
Yeah, I get it.
Because I do
I think
enjoy
for
it,
the couple of suggestions that I've had for Twitch, I think it would make your audience's experience just a little bit nicer.
Yeah, that's
because people do like to catch the start of a stream. So by doing that, they can turn the TV on and then they can be doing something in the house, and when it starts, they can come back to it, or
yes,
etc.
Yeah.
And the same with background music as well. It just makes it a wee bit more relaxing, especially if it's Soviet wave.
Yes. Well,
or if you want to be popular, call it Ukrainian wave.
Okay. So yeah, let's just talk about that last. So in the last episode, we got the 100% in the end, purely because we went through and it was all a bit disjointed, wasn't it, in terms of
yeah. I would maintain that without the walkthrough, we did 100% of what we needed to do.
Well, going through the walkthrough actually confirmed that, didn't it?
Yeah.
There wasn't anything in the walkthrough that...
The issue is with a game that allows you to go into a soft lock, or to, in fact, to have to reload, you can't remember exactly what you looked at since the last reload, and that's all the problem was. We were looking at things and doing little things that didn't really matter, but they mattered for the score, and of course they weren't saved when we reloaded. It's a bit of a poor game design, but I think the solution to it is to go back through each episode and do it exactly right afterwards.
Yeah.
I guess. Unless we think we can do the gameplay better, unless we can be more careful at what we do when we save and reload, but I think that's easier said than done.
Well, I think we may well have been getting slightly better at doing that, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so... in order to get the start with the research, which we missed at the... because I saved it when the game began. There's a couple of words that we need to research the computer, just that will give us the background on everything.
Yeah. And also, we can presume that whatever it tells us, there's a good chance it's loaded with clues. Some of it won't be, but there's a good chance it'll be loaded with clues.
Yeah. Another way we could improve the stream is if we all did it in cosplay, I could be dressed as Jean-Luc Picard.
I could be dressed as a Klingon.
You could dress as Worf.
Which leaves Andy being an Andorian with his
you could probably
little antenna.
You could probably pull off Worf. Yeah.
I think he would try and overpower me if I tried to pull him off.
Yes. Never try and pull off a Klingon. That's for sure.
One of Lurs and Bator, though. One of the two of those would be all right. I don't know which one it is, but one of them looks all right. A few beers and you would.
Here he is. Have you ever tried to pull off...
dear.
Andy? Oh, dear. He's not doing well. You ever tried to pull off a
Oh, dear.
Klingon, Andy?
Um, only on a weekend.
I see.
What's the alien thing behind you? Is that a big box set?
It's one of the what was it? You know, Eagle Moss did that. They do loads of collections.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's the big chap from the original, but they do these like XL ones, and this thing is like.
Don't start Andy talking about his collections. We will actually never get to play the game. I'm just warning you now. But what I will do is I'll say, Andy, you have quite a large collection of models. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How many, approximately?
Too many.
But how many is too many?
Too many mean you're going to stop.
I've probably got about. Oh God, I don't know. 50, 60 kits in boxes.
That's not too bad though, is it? I think Dave was
And
expecting
how many
it to
have
be a
you?
few hundreds. But
How many have you
Star
built
Trek?
for
You've got
those
loads
kits?
of Star Trek ships though, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got I've got because Eagle Moss did a starship collection as well, and I've got probably about 160 of those.
160 different Star Trek ships. Can you imagine that?
I've got one. I'm going to see if I can point the camera at it. This might be a bad idea. Oh, I've got one which is up there. It's a tiny Lego TIE fighter,
Wow, that's
which I got as a Christmas present once.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I have. Oh, and a cat.
Let's not mention Star Wars on the old Star Trek stream, though.
It's set in the same universe, isn't it?
More or less. And Doctor Who. And Blake Seven.
Yeah.
I got a model of the Enterprise. Like a kid's toy one that I got from a car boot sale for about £2. Yeah. And it just sat in the house, you know. I was planning to like mount it.
Yeah.
But I never did.
I have an endless list of projects to do. Electronics projects like repairing things and refurbishing things and so on. So I think that's what my equivalent is. But to my shame, I have far more projects than I've actually done to do, if that makes sense. It's so easy to take another one on.
It's a bit like Skyrim when you look at your list of all your miscellaneous quests that you've got to do, but you keep wanting to get more. I got loads of them in my current playthrough, but I still think, I'll just go in this pub and ask him if there's any rumours, you know. Just add another 3 quests. But that thing where you can raise the dead is so funny. That's brilliant. That I don't know if you've done that in Skyrim, but it's brilliant. There's a quest where you have to collect this special material called Ethereum. Have you done that one?
Is it it's the Mage Guild quest?
It's called Lost to the Ages.
Not sure.
And it's a special dwarven material, right? And you've got to find, there's 4 different pieces of it that you've got to find all around the map. Bring it together, and then there's this hidden dwarven forge called the Ethereum Forge. And then you have to defeat like about 40 or 50 dwarven spiders, and then this giant boss dwarven guardian thing, you know. And then you get this, this is really not the thing, this is not really Star Trek, is it? But anyway, just very quickly. Then you get the choice to make this crown or sword or shield from this material. And if you make the crown, it allows you to have 2 standing stone blessings instead of only 1.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Well, the reason it's really powerful is that there's a standing stone called the Ritual that lets you raise the dead all around you once a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they die, they don't turn into ash, so you can raise them again. and you're only supposed to be able to use it once a day. But if you put it into if you get that blessing and it's in the crown, then all you have to do is take the crown off and put it back on again, and then you can do it again.
Is that Bar's cream soda?
Andy,
It is, yeah.
are you drinking cream soda?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bar's. My surname's Bar. We're not related, unfortunately.
Perhaps distantly. You never know.
Yeah, I think off of Amazon.
I love Bar's Cola, and Bar's Lemonade. And obviously Bar's Iron Brew.
Is it are all of the above made in Scotland?
Yes, from Girders.
But only one of them's made from girders.
Yes, Iron Brew's made from
The
Girders.
others are made from bars.
Bars.
Yeah. Hello, Primal Scientist. How
Yes,
you doing?
Primal Scientist. He is here. Welcome. That's the sign that we can kick it off. Okay.
No more pulling off Klingons.
No. Andy, I was going to say, I think I could. I'm not going to say I could pull off Jean-Luc Picard. I'm going to say Beverly.
Don't start him.
Beverly. Beverly. Why didn't you tell me, Beverly? I've seen that episode now, and I still say, right, we are talking Star Trek now. Have you watched Star Trek Picard, season 3, Dave?
No, not at all.
So
no.
you don't want any spoilers then? Are you going to?
No, I'm going to eventually watch it. So if it's a big spoiler, then please don't do it. If it's a small one, then I'll have forgotten by the time it comes to it. It's not a big deal.
Do you think it's a big spoiler? The Beverly spoiler. I think it's quite a big spoiler, isn't it?
Well, if you don't figure it out within about 10 seconds of the episode starting,
still,
then God help you. It's just like there's planes flying behind him saying what this thing is. There's signs in turbo lift saying what's going on. There's subtitles all plastered over. Yeah, it's just like
yeah.
Because I've decided I'm going to watch it once I watched the remainder of Deep Space Nine and Voyager and maybe Enterprise, but certainly the films. So there's a lot to watch before I get to it.
We'll be seeing you in about. We'll be talking to you about it in about a year then.
I'm not even watching them currently either. I'm on other stuff. But I found that when I watched, I started watching through. I don't know if I said this or not. I started watching through Next Generation and Deep Space Nine in order as they were released, and I'm getting a lot more from it this time than I ever did before. I enjoyed them much more than I've ever. I enjoyed them before, but I enjoy them much more now.
Right, guys. I tell you what I'm going to do. We can continue this conversation, but I'm going to boot up the game. And, well, let's stop this. I'll stop the stream very quickly and come straight back, and we'll boot up the game, right?
It would be relying on actions rather than anything else.
yeah. How many episodes have you watched of it then, Alan?
I'm on episode 3, and I just got to the big sort of Beverly scene. So,
okay,
yeah. But my argument for that whole situation, I think, would have been a better story than the one than it is. But hey, what can you do? Let's not spoil it for Dave.
Get to episode 6.
All right, I will eventually, but we won't be able to talk about it because Dave's not going to be watching it for a year.
I've heard it's good.
I think
I've
we'll
heard
be
good things
halfway
about
through. We'll probably be playing the Star Trek Next Generation point and click adventure by the time.
Oh, it is good.
See, I've got Star Wars to watch as well, and I've been watching the Star Wars cartoons.
Yeah.
And
Clone Wars.
The Star Wars
didn't enjoy them.
Oh, the Star Trek cartoons are good. You want to watch them? They're really good.
I started watching the Clone Wars, and I didn't really enjoy it, but I pushed myself through because I was told it kind of it grew up with its audience and it got better. So I will continue. There was maybe an episode, maybe in season 5 or something, and I've started listening to a podcast as well that's very good in parts. So I've got that to get way through, and there's so many more cartoons to get through once I finish this. And I'm not even going to watch the new season of The Mandalorian until then, because there's loads of stuff in The Mandalorian that I've missed because I haven't seen the other things that go on in the cartoons. So I have to catch up on those.
Mandalorian.
And with that, the Star Wars conversation ended, and the Star Trek conversation resumed.
Live long and prosper.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Are we on?
Space,
Yes.
the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission? To explore strange new worlds, to discover new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
Demon World. It really should go to an option to load from here. I've said that before, I know. But
Yeah. Poor UI.
I've got no mouse here.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many surprises.
Captain Patterson report.
The Republic is arming weapons and raising shields. I suggest we do the same, Captain.
Okay, I'm getting very confused.
Yeah.
Right. That's the one, isn't it? Feels like I haven't loaded that. Why am I... Please tell me I didn't just save over it, right?
I hope not.
Well, look, load game.
Because that would be a fantastic start.
I know. Load game. I think I have, you know. Because look, we're in the... I don't know. How can I find out?
Speak to Spock.
Wait, Uhura, communications. No.
Save new game.
No, I haven't overwritten it because it comes up with this save new game stuff.
Too many games saved. Save new game. Replace
You would have to have
delete
replaced
previous
it.
Game.
Yeah, I am going to delete some of these old
In the right
ones though.
place. Really just like in orbit or nearly in orbit around the planet.
Save new game. Replace delete previous game. Save new game. Replace previous game. Delete previous game. Save new game. Replace previous game. Delete previous game. Save new game.
No, I'm pretty sure we're fine, guys.
Good.
I do need to turn the volume down on my computer because I'll wake the wife up because I was shouting last time. So just bear with me. That's a bit better. Actually, I'll keep the volume. I'll just put the headphones so that I can hear my own voice. That's better. Should have done that in the first place. Okay, guys, we're in episode 5. I think we're good to go.
Fantastic.
Now, the first thing I'm going to do is it's debriefing.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, this is a little bit fiddly because I'm trying to drop out of what is basically DOS back into... Right, okay, so the first thing we want to know about is Krakur.
Krakur 4, a world in Klingon space, which has belonged to the Empire for at least 4 generations, governed by the Kenka family. The population of Krakur is not known.
Okay. Oh, that was it. Kenko.
Kenka,
Home of the
Flight,
Raptogino.
a member of the Kenka family, an old Klingonese family of noble origins, the governing family of Krakur. Flicht is the first Kenka to reach flag rank, and as such, has been posted back away from the frontier. Flicht has 2 sons in the service, but nothing is known of his wife or other children. He is believed to be the current commander of the Klurta, and one of the most respected commanders in the Klingon fleet. He is said to be an avid fencer.
Perhaps he should get Mr. Sulu to fence him. Remember the episode where they all went a bit mad and Sulu started fencing?
No?
No, you don't remember that one, Andy?
Digifal, a system near the Klingon neutral zone. Digifal contains 2 habitable planets. Digifal 3
Are we
and
cut?
Digifal
Are your
4.
heads cut off at the bottom of the
Digifal
stream?
3, also known
It
as
could be.
Zem4, contains ruins of a civilization that
Let me see if I can fix it.
the planet approximately 20,000 years ago, and has been declared.
That stutter.
Yeah, that's just because I'm adjusting the...
Ah,
It's when you
okay.
go out of the DOS.
That's fine.
Right, okay, we're almost getting started now.
Digifal,
This is
a
Digifal.
system near the Klingon neutral zone. Digifal contains 2 habitable planets, Digifal 3 and Digifal 4. Digifal 3, also known as Zem4, contains ruins of a civilization that abandoned the planet approximately 20,000 years ago, and has been declared a protected world for archaeological reasons.
So another ancient civilization. How do I access communications? There's a Klingon ship there and I want to hail them.
Orders are to proceed to the
Each.
Digifal system.
Okay, well apparently we haven't gone. I think we are at the Digifal system because there's a Klingon bird of prey there.
She just said our orders are to go there.
Very well.
May I respectfully remind the captain that we have...
Don't we just need to orbit?
Good choice.
Entering standard orbit.
Okay, yep, standard orbit. Maybe that guy already told us, yeah, go ahead and help solve the problem. That's what he did, didn't he?
Yes, that's right. You said we had this kind of standoff with him where he backed down and said, okay, then on you go.
It's like a rogue Klingon. Okay. Is there anything else that we need to know about? Digifowl, did we also... Oh, there he goes.
Maybe look up Digifowl then.
Yes, we did actually already.
Zam4, the third planet in the Digifowl system of Class M world. See Digifowl. Digifowl, a system near the Klingon neutral zone.
Yeah, this one
Digifowl
about the...
contains 2 habitable planets. Digifowl 3.
Okay. Are we beaming down?
I can't think of any reason why not to. Unless you want to ask
Assemble a
Spock for
landing
advice
point.
first.
Unless we find this so-called criminal, we're going to war.
Elvis!
Hello. You've not missed anything. We've just decided to go and visit Elvis on the planet surface.
Hello, comedy
Start
activists.
of the mission.
Yes, welcome. Yeah, we've just literally started the mission. This is mission 5. And we've just landed on the planet. And this guy's supposed to be a criminal, a rogue Klingon. Is that right?
Not necessarily this guy, but some guy.
So
Could be him.
I'm going to talk to him.
He's all shook up.
Greetings, my children. I can barely imagine that you have come so far.
I am Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Did you know the Klingons are looking for you?
Or...
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What did you do to get the Klingons so upset?
That's
We're
very
not your
Kirk.
children, and we don't appreciate this wild goose chase you forced us into.
That's not Kirk.
No. See, Kirk choice 3. You're never going to make that choice unless you...
I am Captain James
Sure,
T.
I
Kirk
mean-
of the Starship Enterprise.
Yeah.
Did you know the Klingons are looking for
Hello,
you?
Chris.
Shall we go for 1?
I feel 2 is more Captain Kirk.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What did you...
Quaint expression. I have done nothing to anger them. I did with them what I have done with everyone.
And exactly what would you have done with them? Entering Klingon space for anything puts the peace in peril. Whatever
His
you
name
did
is
has them
an
very
Aztec name.
upset. They're raiding worlds looking for you.
Sorry, Dave?
His name is an Aztec name,
It is, yes.
in case anyone's not aware. Hi, Steve.
Has there ever been a Blake 7 game? I know somebody made a like a pinball Blake 7 years ago. Not a real one, but...
No, there hasn't been.
Yeah.
Option 3, isn't it just one of the 2?
Is it the same voice as Harry Mudd, that guy? And we'll listen in a second.
And exactly what would you have done with them? Whatever you did has them very upset. They're raiding worlds looking for you.
I feel either option's fine.
Yeah.
No, you must be lying. They could not be raiding if they are looking for me. Violence was not the message of any of my missions. I, Quetzalcoatl, preach universal brotherhood and peace.
Quetzalcoatl? How fitting you would name yourself after one of the most bloody-handed gods in Earth's history.
Bloody-handed? My people love peace.
Your followers regularly sacrificed other believers to you after you left, offering you their still-beating hearts. Ha! You mean your followers love pieces? They slaughtered other believers hoping you'd return. Your followers regularly sacrificed other believers to you after you left, offering you their still beating hearts.
I think choice
Option one, I think. Yep.
Impossible. You must be lying.
And then your followers were destroyed, because when white men arrived on that continent, they were believed to be you in your promised return. Your people perverted your teachings, then were destroyed by it.
Foul, lying creatures! My gift was wasted upon you! Be gone!
Ooh, it's a bit of noise.
A worm.
We are not the inheritors of the noble Aztec world. What you have said has greatly disturbed me. You should not lie so. You shall remain here until you have learned the error of angering Quetzalcoatl.
I think it is the same actor as old Harry Mudd.
Are they pronouncing Quetzalcoatl correctly? I always thought it was Quetzalcoatl or something, but I guess we'll stick with it.
Let's get looking at stuff and tricording stuff.
It looks like there's a wee snake on the floor.
It's a worm. Oh, it does light up.
This particular snake doesn't seem to like your company and moves whenever you get near it.
Phaser to stun. Snap the snake. Okay, let's have a little hover.
There is a light suspended from above by a chain. There is a vine hanging down into the pit.
Ooh.
Lieutenant Strachey is carefully examining the pit.
Watch out, Lieutenant Strachey. Don't fall in.
Remember to tricorder things as well.
Yeah, we will.
You are in a deep pit. It is a long, hard climb to the top. You are in a deep
Sorry,
pit.
there is something
It is a
hovering
long,
there,
hard climb to the top.
and I keep missing it. There.
Spock is carefully examining the pit.
Good job, Spock. Keep it up. Right. Let's reach for the tricorder.
One Starfleet issue science
Yeah, I want to use it.
One Starfleet issue science tricorder. A science officer's
Okay, use tricorder. On the light.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay.
This vine is not likely to support our weight by itself, Captain. You would have to find some way to reinforce it.
Reinforce it with the snake.
It looks like a Zamphorian pit snake, a rather common species in this region, noted by galactic herpetologists for their quickness. It is not venomous or dangerous to humans.
Should we drop a save, by the way, guys?
Yeah, drop a save here. That's a good idea.
Save new game.
And then immediately start interacting with the snake so that we get our deaths out the way early.
Episode
I feel the
5.
snake.
02. Well, I mean, I would be tempted to stun that snake. But
Well, we can always reload. I mean, and do the bad ideas immediately after saving, and that means
Do
we.
you know what snakebite does? It can ruin your whole day.
We are not likely to find a way out of this pit with humor, Doctor. I suggest you concentrate your efforts to the problem at hand.
Do they always argue like this, Captain?
Well, yes.
that chain looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah. Can we waggle the vine around the chain?
I'm not quite sure how I would I would command that with the old interface that we've
Press
got.
the waggle around the chain icon.
Okay.
Snake.
All right.
Let's get killed by a snake.
It's a snake. It's a poisonous snake.
I'll be
green is
disappointed if we can't.
Stun the snake.
It is logical that an entity that professes to teach peace would render our phasers inoperative.
Oh, we've rendered our phasers inoperative. What
Try
about if we
using
get them all to
Spock
stand?
on
What about if we all stand on each other's shoulders?
Darren would like you to use the red shirt on the snake.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much what my cat does. All right. Go on, red shirt. Use. By the way, we're trying to keep the red shirts alive. Not.
Doesn't seem to want to be grabbed, sir. It just slithers back to its hole.
Oh, is it a
There's
hole?
something else up there. Yeah, there is, and there's something else on the ground there. Look. Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those really tiny point and clicky things.
Is that not the snake's tail?
Oh, maybe it is. Yeah. I think you're right, actually.
Can you interfere with its hole? Oh dear.
All right.
Can you
Well,
examine
we click
the...
on the hole though?
Yeah.
There is a tiny hole in the wall at this point. Certainly no human could crawl through here.
Thank you, computer.
Strike orders.
What about if we block the hole?
Yeah, if we block the hole and then try and pick up the snake.
I'm not sure how we're going to go about blocking the hole. The phasers don't work. Can I get the vine, actually? That's a good idea, isn't it? Where can you get this vine?
Yeah.
The vine is attached to a tree above you.
Try using it. Or using the red shirt with it.
The vine will not support you. The vine is attached to a tree above you. The vine is attached to a tree above you.
This music's going to get old pretty soon, isn't it?
There is not enough support, Captain.
Alright.
Can you use the vine with the light? Or as soon as you click use, does it say there's
There
not
is a
enough?
light suspended from above by a chain. You fail to obtain anything.
I tried to get the chain though. I can't tell Spock to climb on the curb and get up there.
Yeah.
No.
Can you
Do you
use
think
the
that
vine with something?
Just out of interest, do you think that we kind of messed up the dialogue, or do you think this is just what's meant to happen?
Oh, I'm fairly sure this is what meant to happen. But I'd be shocked if it was.
No, I mean, I don't think... I'm not talking about an infinite place where we're stuck, but I was just thinking...
Oh, you mean for points and so on?
Is it possible that we might have been able to pick something up? I don't know.
There are rocks here quite suitable for picking up and throwing.
Here we go.
Grab some rocks. Block the hole.
You pick up some rocks from the pile.
Okay, I'll use the rocks. I'll use the rock on the hole first, yeah?
Yeah.
Done.
There we go.
What you gonna do now, little beastie?
You fail to obtain anything.
We'll now get a snake.
You fail to obtain anything.
We have a snake.
Can we get more rocks?
I was thinking the same. Good thinking, Dave.
You already have rocks.
No, we still have the rock. Because we had a few of them,
Okay.
apparently.
Can we do anything with the rocks to the light, maybe? Smash the light with the rocks?
I don't know how productive that will be, but I'm happy to...
Nothing happens.
No. I know this sounds daft, but we haven't actually tried walking around it. It might be... Is there a like a slightly bigger area?
I get you.
No. Well, it's a random choice, but I'm going to try using the snake on the vine.
Nothing happens.
So what do we have that we can interact with? A light and a vine and the
This
snake we
is
picked up.
just waiting for a chance to sink its fangs into someone, especially young Starfleet security officers.
That's a red shirt joke. Can we use the stones?
You are in a
We've used the
deep
snake
pit.
with everything. Can we use the stones with anything else? Can we tricord or anything else?
I'm turning that music off. It's doing my nut.
Yep.
Okay, comedy activist. Sorry you can't stick around, sir.
Good night, Chris.
Just a minute. Sorry about the... Want to see... Oh, we got 6 people watching. Do speak up if you're there and you want to say hello. We always like to hear. Is there something... Is it me or is there something just there?
Let me have a closer look. Something just where?
There, like a pair of
Oh, yeah.
eyes or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feral red eyes glare out of the dark at you.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Shall I throw a
Throw a
stone
rock
at
at
it? Yeah,
Yep.
when in doubt, throw a rock.
Or throw a snake.
I just saw those little eyes blinking then. Yeah.
Nothing happens.
did you manage to click
Nothing
on it?
happens.
Oh, you could... Yeah, perhaps we could use the snake on the little red eyes.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
I guess... Alright, well, you know, use the tricorder
Yep.
on the little red eyes.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Yeah. On the vine?
Sorry, what do you want me to do, Dave? Didn't understand.
Use the tricorder on the vine?
Oh, it just says something like, oh, it can't hold your weight or something.
Ah.
This
And
vine
on the
is
light?
not likely to support our weight by a...
Sorry?
And on the light?
Yeah, I've done that before as well, but we'll do it again for...
Nothing to
Sorry.
report, Captain.
Yeah, sorry. I don't
Nothing
remember
to
it when
report,
yeah.
Captain.
No, it's fine.
We've tried using the vine, but it says it doesn't support our weight. So
We need to...
what
Surely
have-
we've got to do something with those little eyes, don't you think?
try the rocks on the vine. Can we tie something to the vine or something with the rocks?
How did you get in here? I missed that.
Welcome back to the
Look at-
stream, Andy.
Well, I just
No,
missed
but-
how you got into this location.
this guy just beamed us in.
Nothing happens.
Oh.
And then he appeared as a sort of godly figure above us and said, "You have angered Quetzalcoatl."
I see.
And that was it, really. And then we were here.
I wonder.
So we did do something successfully. We found a stone and we plugged up the snake's hole in the wall that the snake uses, and then we were able to pick up the snake, and now we have a snake which I presume is a weapon. It reads like it's a weapon that we can now use. We can use a snake on someone.
Unless it's used to like scare the creature.
XYZZY.
What about the light? Have you tried, I don't know, shooting the light?
Our phasers have been disabled, and we've tried the rock on the light. We haven't tried the rock on the vine yet. I don't know if we can tie something to it, or I don't know.
Well, I'll try it just to eliminate it from the...
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oh, you know what though? Look, there are other eyes. Look, there's more up there. Look.
Nothing happens.
There's one on the other side as well, under the icons.
Over here.
Under the icons, though. Every now and then the icons disappear, and you see another pair up there. So I doubt you. There you go.
Yeah. So maybe they're just for effect, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, what's that dark area behind McCoy? Is that a cave or?
Nothing.
Can we interact with any other vines? Is there more than one vine there? Because we could join vines together, perhaps.
Hanging over the side of the... You are in a deep pit.
Rocket.
It is a long...
Rocket.
Sorry?
Knock that vine loose with a rock and then join it to the other vine.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, you're right. That's good. So that one...
There are several loose vines hanging over the side of the...
Out of reach, right? They're out of reach.
Yeah.
And what we might have to do is knock it and then plait them together.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing something.
Yeah.
Fascinating. It did appear to knock them up.
Didn't they have baseball on Vulcan? Sure.
What did Spock see?
No one plays that anymore.
Sorry, it auto-clicked there. He said, fascinating. It appears that one of the vines has fallen so that we can actually reach it.
So use it with another one.
The vine is attached to a tree above you. The vine will not support you.
Is it a third vine, perhaps?
Is that one in the one that's hanging in the middle?
It's bad enough that
like
you
a
put me in
swing.
the damn transporter. Everyone is healthy, Jim. There's no...
My mouse button seems to be a little bit trigger happy. I'm sorry about that.
We'd like to be able to use both white vines together, but we don't seem to be able to. Is there a third vine? Is there a vine kind of going between them?
Support. The vine is attached to a tree above you.
Maybe if I throw another rock just here, what do you think?
Yeah,
that's what I was asking. Is there another vine between the two of them? Can we see a third vine?
Right, hang on.
Yep.
There you go.
The probability of getting the vine on the second try.
Probability? That was a perfect pitch if I...
All right.
I don't know why it's skipping, guys. I'm not even... I think, wasn't it doing something like that once before?
Yeah, I think you ended up reloading it or something to fix that.
Yeah, rebooted it, yeah.
It might be worth it because we're going to miss dialogue in it.
Yeah, if it does it at a crucial point, we're knackered.
Okay.
Save new game.
I'm just going to grab another drink while we do that.
Replace previous game.
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot it then, guys, just quickly. Sometimes it happens when, you know, at the start I was dropping in and out of it.
Yeah.
From back into Windows and out again, and it doesn't seem to like that.
Apologies for this, people. We will be back very shortly with
Go.
Star Trek. Think of this as a commercial break. buy more stuff.
Space, the final frontier.
I'll just skip the
These are the
intro.
voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Yep.
Its mission?
Did you say before we quit, or we just
explore
repeat things?
strange new worlds,
No, I say
discover new life and
You did,
new
okay. There's only 3 or 4
civilizations.
clicks anyway.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Demon World.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful.
Captain Patterson reports the
Republic is on.
There is a vine hanging down into the pit.
Alright, we seem to be okay. I'm ready to make the shift over. We'll be back in just a second. Oops, that's not the right choice. Okay, we're back. We'll just test it, make sure it's okay.
There is a light suspended from above by a chain.
Now, shall we wait for Andy or shall we go for it?
Did they say if it's going to be long?
Well, presumably he's just gone to the old little boys' room. It's probably not going to be long.
Yeah. We're waiting, Andy. Presuming those will hold our weight now. And what was the point if they don't?
Blimey, Kirk's a bit good, isn't he?
There we go. Up like a monkey. Is Bones going to go up? Because he didn't seem to be happy about it.
We'll try him next.
Oh.
Okay, Spot. Now we just pull the line, pull the vine up and leave him. Just think about the time it takes to do all that. It's all hand drawn, isn't it? All those little animations.
Hmm.
Feral red
Look at the
eyes glare out
chain.
of the
Can we
dark.
do anything with the chain now that they're up there? Can we pick up the light?
There is a light suspended from above by a chain.
The chain doesn't seem to highlight.
You fail to obtain anything.
Well, presumably we can just walk somewhere now. Although, I did say we would wait for Andy, so we'll give him a minute.
I'm back.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, you didn't miss much. All we did was climb the each party one by one up to the top of there.
Okie dokie.
And there doesn't appear to be anywhere to go.
Right.
Oh, well, I suppose... Oh, what's he doing there? Where's he gone?
It must be.
We do have a snake.
Nothing happens.
We're okay if we need to
Nothing
chase Indiana
happens.
Jones away.
What is that that's highlighting?
Well, there's the eyes there.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
And there's the lamp.
Nothing
Try using
happens.
the snake on the eyes. Oh, you've just done that.
A fascinating specimen, Captain, but I would be careful handling it. From the looks of it, it may have a nasty bite.
We wouldn't want to bleed all over Dr. McCoy now, would we?
Especially that green Vulcan blood. The last thing I need is a pint of T-negative blood all over my uniform.
Is that a way to go just to the left of where you were there with the cursor? Is there a sort of a path through the trees there? No,
What,
left.
above the eyes.
Yeah, there. Is that a path there?
No. Oh, but it could be. Oh, look, there you go.
There we go. We're
I
lost
thought I'd turn this bloody music off.
in the jungle.
Restarted. Mushrooms? Something behind you?
Okay. Tricorders at the ready, chaps. Something did highlight just then, didn't it? There.
Nothing to report, Captain.
It's a big tree.
Trees to the left of you. Trees to the right of you. Into the valley of trees raced the landing party.
A little bit of Tennyson for you there, I think.
Trees to the left of you. Trees to the right of you. Into the valley of trees raced the landing party.
Okay. Well, take a moment, chaps, and see if you can spot anything
Trees to the left of you.
that might be worth looking at, or some sort of...
The mushrooms are the only things I can see.
Behind, yeah.
Yeah, there, okay. They do look quite fungal.
Trees to the left of you.
No.
Medical tricorder? Or medical scanner?
Trees to the left
It's
of
just
you.
part of the tree.
Trees to the right of you.
Or is it?
That's annoying.
See, they're not highlighting there at all.
Yeah, you're
McCoy is
highlighting the
filled
tree
with
and it
premonitions
looks like
of
you're
injury
highlighting
and
the
death.
mushrooms, but you're not.
Why else would they have brought him along?
Well,
This
to the
great
left
tree
then.
has been in this jungle for centuries.
that snake must be used to scare somebody later on or something, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well perhaps we can just continue through the jungle.
I am Tolokzak, priest of Quetzalcoatl. Only one who knows his ways may approach his holy ground.
Right, phasers don't work, guys. This guy's going to be in trouble if he's not careful.
Right.
Well, we've got a phaser snake. He looks like it's out of Mad
And we've got
Max.
some, he does. We got some rocks as well. Well, I guess we'll try and start a conversation. That's normally the Starfleet way.
Yeah.
I will not listen to your deceitful ways.
That voice does not suit that man, does it?
No.
Get him stoned.
Right. Well, what are we going to use on him, guys? The snake or the rock?
Either.
Andy?
Snake. He's a big guy. I don't think the rock's going to do much to him. is it?
Indeed, you know the ways of Quetzalcoatl, but only a man of courage, one who will shed blood, will pass.
He doesn't seem very happy.
Did he have a spirit?
Only one who sheds blood will pass. Use the snake on yourself.
I will not listen to your deceit.
Yeah, try to.
Well, I'd rather shed his blood. Yeah.
The snake enjoys snacking on you.
But there you go.
So did that do something?
So talk to him now.
I will not listen to your deceitful ways.
You're right about the blood, though, because they were talking about the blood, weren't they?
So we can't use the snake on him or us anymore, can we?
No, I'll try and chuck another stone. Oh.
Taloxac falls to the ground unconscious.
He dropped a knife, Jim.
Right.
You pick up the beautifully crafted knife.
I order it.
Good move. We must use this knife to shed blood.
Yeah. We can't use the tricorder on it. Okay.
No, but we can probably
Can we look at it?
standard look at it, yeah.
A beautifully crafted stone knife inlaid with Aztec patterns.
All right. Let's use the medical tricorder on Matey.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay, let's look at him.
The Aztec warrior lies on the ground, unconscious.
That wasn't very Kirk-like, was it? Let's look at this.
Primitive lights illuminate this savage scene. Primitive lights illuminate this savage scene.
That one looks a little bit better than the one at the front. The graphics on that are a little bit ropey, aren't they? Look at the little circle there.
I wonder if you just walk past him. That's all we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm just wondering if there's anything else we're meant to pick up, you know? What's that? Is that just Spock?
Yeah, looks like it. That's his foot.
Alright then.
Save new game.
Did we knock him out just by using the stones, or did the snake have something to do with it?
I think it was just a chucked a second rock at him and it knocked him out.
At least we managed to feed the snake with some
Kirk blood.
Starfleet Captain blood.
It's getting very Indiana Jones around here, isn't it?
A large fern fans the pathway.
Do you think that fern has got anything to do with anything?
And we cut it with a knife.
You fail to obtain anything.
Try.
Because that's what they always did in the jungles. They used a machete.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Below this rock is a large growth of mushrooms.
Oh, grab some mushrooms.
You fail to obtain anything.
Cut some mushrooms.
Can you use the knife?
You fail to obtain anything.
Probably have to brew it into some mysterious tea, right?
Nothing happens.
Ooh. Tricorder them.
Nothing happens.
Good idea.
Trousakian mushrooms. Their spores are highly toxic and are released if they are disturbed.
We've just been trying to cut them out.
Thanks, Spock. Could we... What about if we do something like use McCoy on the mushroom?
Right.
That's Spock.
I would strongly recommend against touching these, Jim. They're highly toxic.
Trousakian mushrooms. Their spores are highly toxic and are released if they are disturbed.
Okay, well, probably better not mess about with the old Trousakian mushrooms. You know what I think is as well? I think we might know this already.
It vaguely resembles the Terran Spanish bayonet. The edges of the leaf are razor sharp and secrete a poisonous resin.
Ooh. I think if you use Spot on anything, he uses the science tricorder. And if you use
is it exactly
McCoy,
the same thing?
He uses the medical tricorder. Yeah.
So is it exactly the same thing as using?
I think so, because look, if you use this is, in the game, this is referred to as the science tricorder as well.
Yeah.
And Spock always replies when you use it.
It vaguely resembles
I feel it is that, yeah.
Bayonet.
Yeah. So
the edges of the leaf are
use
razor
Spock
sharp and
or
secrete a
McCoy
poisonous
instead of
resin.
going through the menu. It's just another way of doing it.
Let's cut some leaves off.
You'd think that would be a good idea, but...
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Weird, isn't it? We've kind of gone like the opposite route in this mission, where there's lots of rooms where there doesn't seem to be anything to do.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as well.
We head off down the...
We might as well head off down the tunnel, yeah. Unless...
Right, actually, see if there's one off to the left there, behind that rock, rather than going down the tunnel. See if there's two ways out.
Yeah. We needed to get a bit better at spotting rooms last time, I felt.
Well, he'll sort of wander right behind there, but he ain't... No, he's not going anywhere. Is it just me, right? Or were the lamps not animated in the previous room?
Yeah, they were.
Oh, they were, yeah? The jungle sounds, eh?
Whoever got this level drew the short straw, didn't they?
The river water is too muddy to get an idea of its...
Oh, did that just clip again?
A pair of eyes are all that you can see of the rest of the...
It's clipping again, look.
The river water is too muddy to get an idea of its...
It's annoying.
It's very annoying. Just a minute, okay. Let me try something.
I'm going to make a cup of tea while you see if you can fix that. Back in a moment.
Yes, quit the game.
Oh, it actually does go back to DOS. Bloody hell. Okay, we'll be back in just a second, guys. I thought maybe it would go back to the start menu, but no. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen before I even go into the game, right, so that we don't ever exit. Okay.
Demon World.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many...
Captain Patterson reports the Republic.
The river water is too muddy to get an idea of its depth, or what may be beneath its surface.
Okay, it's working again. We're okay for now. Discord channel. No, we don't really have a Discord channel, do we, guys? I mean...
Or... I'm not on Twitch. What, for this?
No, we don't really, do we? I mean, it's just us messing about and a few... Not really. I mean, look, if for some reason it became a bit more popular and we had a few more people, I suppose we might consider it, but it's just us having a laugh playing a game, and if anyone wants to join in, then good. The very first episode, we didn't even put it on Twitch, we just played it on Discord, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah, well, we're enjoying it too, so we're happy that you're enjoying it.
You look but see nothing of note.
Okay, so while Dave's not here, we'll just have a look around at everything.
The log looks quite old but sturdy. The river water is too muddy to get an idea. There seems to be a lit cave beyond the log.
Okay, there's a cave over there.
This plant has a rather thick stem and prickly leaves.
Damn, that's going to hurt, Jim. Take a look at those thorns. You might try cutting that with something.
Thank you, Bones. Good job. Good. So we've now got that.
This large fern has a rather thick stem and prickly leaves.
Thick stem and prickly leaves. All right.
I fail to see the logic in that action, Captain.
Have we got to climb across the log?
Well, yeah, I think so.
Captain, it would not be wise to cross while the creature is near.
Captain, perhaps I should try to cross first.
For the snake, for the snake.
I know, yeah, that poor little snake. I don't think so. Listen, I really want the red shirt to cross first and see what he does. I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
A new room.
Okay, we've managed to cut the we've cut the fern. You see that fern there below the red shirt's feet?
Yes.
Yeah, we managed to cut that with the knife and get it, right? And then we were about
Same
to
fern as
cross.
same one as the last screen, you think?
Yeah, but just we couldn't do it on that one.
Yeah.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
Right, I'm saving it because when we tried to cross, Bones said, "Don't cross while the creature is in there." Look, you see, there's like a monster, some sort of monster. And then the red shirt said, "Oh, I'll go across." So I'm gonna tell him I'm going to tell him to go across just for laugh, and then we'll load it back in.
I'll give it a try, Captain.
He's so going to die.
How could you have seen that coming?
I just wanted to see the animation and everything. Anyway.
There is a Discord, Darren. Happy Coding does have a Discord channel.
Well, it's not really. That's really the. Yeah, well, that's for the code. That's for the coding one, actually. Sorry, yeah. So I should, yeah, we do have one for the coding. Yeah, that's true. Not for Star Trek. That's what we were saying. Okay, so we're gonna throw. Unfortunately, that poor little snake is gonna go in the.
The snake disappears beneath the surface of the water.
Okay. Is that gonna help?
Come on, Snaky. Try walking across now, see if the snake's done anything.
I'll give it a try, Captain.
I think.
I think all we did was humanely release the captured snake.
Yeah.
We've got any rocks?
Yeah,
have we tricorded everything?
We have an unlimited supply of rocks.
Nothing happens.
Have we used the tricorders on the creature and the water? See if there's anything we can pick up there.
The tricorder registers a life form, a large marine creature lurking just below the surface of the water.
Okay. The water itself?
I thought marine was referred to the sea, from the Latin mare. This is not a marine life form. Sorry, Dave, what did you say?
Try using the tricorder on the water itself.
The tricorder registers a life form.
Yeah, same thing. What about the medical tricorder on it?
The tricorder registers...
Sorry, that's...
Jim, there's some kind of an aquatic creature down there.
Well
Jim,
done.
There's some...
Oh, okay. Oh, there's some bubbles down there. What's that all about down there? Is that the same?
Jim, there's some...
It's the same.
What about the fern? Is it toxic as well?
It's very sharp.
Can we use it on the tentacles?
This large fern has a rather thick stem and prickly leaves.
I mean, I could try throwing it in the water. I doubt that's going to make a difference.
Captain, it would not be wise to cross while the creature is near.
Captain, perhaps I should try to cross first.
Oh. Look, I just poisoned the water.
Yeah, it's gone.
It would appear that the plant secretes a chemical that is a natural repellent to the creature. It has retreated far downstream, Captain.
That's just random, isn't it, really? You're just trying everything, really. I'm not going to take any credit for that. But off we go.
Oh, it's a cave.
We really are having a good explore in this one, aren't we?
Has someone done a red poo?
Is that a thing, Bentley? I've never heard of such a thing.
You will need something to
We're not able to stun the alien because our phasers have been disabled.
I used the knife. It said pry it loose, and I'm using the knife.
You have 1 dilithium crystal in raw form.
Oh, good old dilithium crystals.
Does that explain why all this is going on? Dilithium crystals? Because there's always a hunt for those.
They're very valuable because they power the warp drive, right?
Yeah.
Well, especially it could be like a very high quality dilithium crystal, couldn't it? You never know.
A dilithium crystal in raw form. They appear to be ordinary rocks. Spock's tricorder might say otherwise.
And there it's referred to as Spock's tricorder.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
These rocks are limestone, but contain an unusually high content of heavy metals. There are dilithium crystals here, but in a very raw form.
They appear to be Stalactites descend from the ceiling.
I should warn you, the stalactites could collapse quite easily. Any sudden motion could cause large quantities of stalactites to fall on us.
Well, isn't this just great?
Doctor, I would point out that your voice could also trigger such a collapse.
Will you two stop arguing just once?
Oh, I've got a curt choice.
Then, gentlemen, I would advise you to stop arguing. You know, some shore leave sounds pretty good right now.
He didn't say the same,
No, I didn't.
Then, gentlemen, I would advise you to stop arguing. You know, some shore leave sounds pretty... Will you two... Then, gentlemen, I would advise...
It would seem to be a prudent course of action, Captain, if Dr. McCoy would agree.
Okay.
Stalagmites rise from the floor of the cave.
Okay, Spock.
These stalagmites were made from limestone deposits. They took millennia to form. These stalactites were made from limestone deposits.
Okay. See, the music came back. You notice the music is it's very slightly the theme from Star Trek, but just repeated. Is it? Yeah, listen. This goes. Ready?
To be honest, I can hardly hear it.
It goes. Like that.
That's very fitting for that period.
I watched as you worked through the problems I set in your path. You are a valiant, intelligent species. Please sit down. We have much to discuss.
I've had it up to here with so-called superior beings terrorizing my crew because we're so primitive. Maybe you should see how primitive you are before you go around testing others. One thing first, if you're so peaceful, how come the Aztecs were so violent and aggressive? Yes, I guess we do. Go on.
What do we think? Choice 3?
I think it's 3.
Yeah. By the way, the Aztecs and their blood rituals, you're ever interested in it, I watched a documentary about it, and it was really fascinating because they had a religion that was where they believed that something like the soul of the soul was held in the blood, and that you had to release it, you know.
Right.
And it started out with just sacrificing small animals, and it just got massively out of control, you know. But it was really very deeply rooted in their religion, but their religion had developed in such a way that was so kind of well, we would perceive it, I suppose, as being inhuman, but that's what they thought the world was designed as, you know. And that even though they didn't like to do it a lot of the time, they did it because they just thought that it was what they had to do, you know.
There was lots of human sacrifice went on.
Yeah.
Did the Druids not do it? I don't know if the Druids did it or not.
I don't
Definitely
know.
a lot of human sacrifice about.
Yeah.
First, I have one question. You are clearly not the liars I thought you to be. Were you telling me the truth about my disciples? That they became ruthless savages?
The Federation is not in the business of lying, mister. Absolutely.
Don't like that.
Your best intentions were changed by the imperfect humans that you left in charge after you departed.
That sounds better.
Such is the way of our race, I'm afraid.
Let's see if there's a third option.
You messed up in a big way. Perhaps you should try following the Prime Directive. It changed our lives.
Nah, number 2.
Absolutely. Your best intentions were changed by the imperfect humans that you left in charge after you departed. Such is the way of our race, I'm afraid.
When did they actually start the Prime Directive?
That's a good point, because I don't remember Prime Directive until...
It's covered in Strange New Worlds. So in Pike's era,
yeah,
or Pike, when Pike captained the Enterprise, it was called General Order 1.
Right.
And General Order 1 was basically don't mess around with species that are less advanced.
Yeah.
The problem then happened, so there's a mission where a planet develops warp reactor capabilities, but they don't use it. Like most species, or 99% of species, make a warp engine first. That's what they developed.
Yeah.
This species was kind of like they were exposed to some Federation technology inadvertently, and they made it before they were supposed to.
Right, yeah.
And they were in a kind of sort of situation the same as where we are now, and they decided that they were going to make a warp bomb.
Oh, very clever.
So at that point,
was that in Strange New Worlds then? Because I'm sure I've heard that story somewhere else. But
so when is? I know that you answered the question when in the Star Trek time scale was it done, but when was it actually done in terms of chronological order of the series being broadcast? When was the first time it was mentioned? Was it
General Order 1? Probably
either General Order?
A couple of episodes. The Prime Directive. So the first General Order 1 would have been announced like in the Cage, because that was obviously Pike.
So did they actually mention it in the original series?
I'm pretty certain they mentioned General Order 1 in.
Okay, fair enough.
But then obviously we've now got Strange New Worlds, which is where you find out that General Order 1 is now becomes the Prime Directive.
Right.
And then Kirk's era obviously is 8 or 9 years on.
Yeah.
From that.
There is, however, there's like an allusion to it in Enterprise. Because Captain Archer says, it's a bit of a cheesy line, but he's like, I think they go and help we use the technology to save some people who are dying from a disease or something.
Yeah.
And he says, no, we shouldn't interfere, or...
Yeah.
Something like that. Or was it the episode where... I get mixed up sometimes with Voyager. There was an episode where one group of aliens were like subservient to the other.
There's more than one episode like that.
And then when they did the scans on them, and it said, it was like, no, they're just as intelligent as their overlords, and they're starting to develop their own culture. And I think that was in Voyager, maybe, but
maybe.
Rings a bell.
I think they've done this sort of story a couple of times.
Yeah, more than once. But Captain Archer, at one point, at the end of one of the episodes, he says, someday in the future, we'll have a rule about this kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
Like this. You know?
It does.
And it gets even worse, Dave, you know? What he actually says is, he says, someday in the future, there'll be some kind of directive about this.
Oh.
That's what he says, isn't it, more or less?
Yeah.
Here comes a cat. Here comes a cat.
I don't remember the Prime Directive being mentioned before the Next Generation, and I think it was a Next Generation invention, but maybe it was a twisting of what they had done as General Order 1 in the original series, if it was ever mentioned. Yeah.
I thought it was mentioned in TOS.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know it very well, so I'm just thinking out loud, really. Hello, little pal. How are you?
The first season TOS episode, The Return of the Archons.
Uh-huh.
First filmed reference to the Prime Directive. So, yeah.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
1966.
Please don't walk on the keyboard.
I feel they made a big deal of it in Next Generation. I think that was a common thing.
Yeah, it was much more. They had a lot of stories about that and the different times that they broke it.
I remember in Voyager there was one where there was a planet dying of a plague, and I think they didn't solve it. Is that what it was?
Yeah. Could have been, yeah.
Yeah, they have chosen to let people die. I think Janeway was more like that because she's a bit more self-righteous.
Yeah. I think she was desperate to hold on to it because if she thought the more Starfleet things she let go, the closer she got to anarchy.
Yeah. I always like that Voyager episode where they find that other ship that has just that didn't get as lucky as them, you know.
Equinox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good episode.
It was a double episode, wasn't it? Two-parter.
Yeah.
It's a good one. The double episodes, most of the double episodes in Voyager are actually pretty good.
Most double episodes in Star Trek full stop are good. They're the kind of special ones. Although I'm not saying that they all should be.
What happened to my children on the Klingon world of Rakur, which would explain why they are searching for me. I have clearly abused the power that was given me long ago.
You show great wisdom, sir, but your statement implies that you wish to change your condition.
Indeed. If my mission of peace was overthrown, then I am no longer worthy of my power. Tell me, has your species made progress in the medical arts?
We're a technologically advanced starfaring race. What do you think? That we wouldn't have made progress in medicine? With Dr. McCoy, I sometimes wonder, but yes, I would say we have made considerable advances.
Maybe not.
Yes, why do you ask?
Yeah.
At the top of my spine is a gland not found in your species. This is the seat of my power. I wish you to remove it, thereby making me immortal.
Jim, I'll try, but the physiology is completely alien.
You've got to do it, Bones. If the Klingons realize he's no longer a threat to them, perhaps we can avoid a war. Scotty, 5 to beam up.
This is the end. That was a pretty boring episode.
Yeah, if that's all it is. Is it the end? Looks like it.
Captain, 3 Klingon heavy battle cruisers have just
no,
entered
not
the
a
system.
battle.
Admiral
Please.
Kenka is hailing
3
us,
of
sir.
them, though.
Federation Starship, this is Admiral Blick Taker of the Clearter. You harbor a criminal who has caused the destruction of the entire population of Rakkor.
There's going to be a
We are
battle.
not prepared to negotiate. You will proceed to Rakkor, where a court of Cleon justice will be convened. If you refuse, we shall destroy you.
Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak, is in the middle of a very delicate medical procedure. He cannot be handed over to anyone at this time.
Or...
I cannot believe Quetzalcoatl's mission to Rakur would cause the deaths of the entire planet. Since when do Klingons give orders to Federation officers, Admiral? I realize it's difficult for a Klingon, but don't be a fool.
Not option 3.
Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak, is in the middle of a very delicate medical procedure.
Yeah,
he cannot
1 or 2 are fine.
anyone.
His attempt to corrupt the Empire with his philosophy led to the destruction of all life on Rakur.
How could a philosophy of peace and non-violence cause the destruction of all life on Rakur?
Rakur has been governed by my family for generations, but even they were corrupted by him. It was a matter of honor that his lies had to be silenced, no matter what the cost.
My God, you killed your own people just because they acquired a philosophy that you disagreed with? So you killed them, your own family. You were responsible for the deaths, not Quetzalcoatl. You murdered them. You're insane. Tell me, how much do your commanders know about what you did? Or do you need to kill Quetzalcoatl to hide your own deeds? My God, you killed your own people just because they acquired a philosophy that you disagreed with?
I guess
1,
right?
I don't know.
What's number 2, see?
So you killed them, your own family. You were responsible for the deaths, not Quetzalcoatl.
I think we want to avoid a fight. So 1 to me sounds a less fighty one, but we can always try 3 and then reload.
Just because they acquired a...
It was that creature's fault. Had he not interfered in our affairs, the people of Rakur would be alive. Clearly, he is responsible.
Message from Starfleet Command.
I'll argue this with you later, Blake.
Contact your superiors, Kirk. You may be surprised.
I have bad news, Captain. The Organians have ruled that Quetzalcoatl's interference in Klingon affairs renders him subject to Klingon law. You are to turn your prisoner over to them at Rakur. Klingon law will permit you to observe or aid in his defense. But be very careful, Jim. Starfleet out.
Captain, you cannot turn him over to those butchers. That would be murder.
We have no choice, Scotty. I'm afraid Quetzalcoatl has a date with Klingon justice.
There's been a murder.
Set course for Rakur, Mr. Chekhov.
Now, gentlemen, I'd like you to give,
Captain
me the option of just
we have come to the ruined Klingon planet of
finishing up here and continuing
to deliver
next
our
week.
guest, the mythical entity Quetzalcoatl.
It sounds like a good place to finish up. Well, what we could do is we could do save the game for the restart point for next week, and then have a 5-minute look about.
Be a travesty of any meaningful definition of justice. Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
It might just be a series of dialogue.
If there's an opportunity to save, then go ahead and save, and that will become the point.
Will stand forth, so the trial may begin.
Okay.
Save point here.
Yeah, I'll save it, and I'm just gonna pop to the loop.
Save new game.
Right, I'll be back in a sec, chaps.
I am absolutely knackered, so I'm quite pleased to finish in time this week. Last week I was so tired and I didn't sleep great, and I was knackered on the Tuesdays as well. Tuesday's the start of my working week.
Yeah. I've got to go to Brighton tomorrow for work.
What'd you do?
I make games.
Oh, right.
Yeah, work at we work Take Two now. You know, it's Zynga, but Zynga got bought out by Take Two, so yeah, we've got an office down in Brighton. So
does it put you off playing games?
I rarely play games, to be honest. Yeah.
What's that?
He was explaining that he works for a company that makes games, so he makes games for a living.
Yes. It's a reason why I never really got into. You can't have pistachios; they've got salt on them. Good old Klingon justice now coming up, eh?
Yeah. So we're going to have some kind of show trial where we need to find some MacGuffin that proves it, or do we have some kind of philosophical gotcha?
Well, sorry, I got a pistachio shell in my mouth. I suspect that we're going to have a lot of dialogue choices and we have to make the right ones to get him.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, Kirk, we finally meet. I had thought it would be in battle, but the universe holds many surprises.
There's nothing less appealing than a gloating Klingon, Vlick. Let's get this trial underway. Stick around, Vlick. There are more surprises awaiting you. Why does every Klingon tell me they expected to meet me in battle? You really have a one-track mind.
I guess it would be one.
There's nothing less appealing than a gloating Klingon, Vlick. Let's get this trial underway.
What's number 2, see?
Stick around, Vlick. There are more surprises awaiting you.
1 or 2, I think.
There's nothing less appealing than a gloating...
So be it! This begins the trial of the entity Quetzalcoatl, who is charged with impersonating a Klingon, stirring dissent, encouraging cowardice, and treason in the highest degree.
Those are serious charges, Vlick. Should he not be tried by a Klingon High Court?
He has not demonstrated honor, Kirk. Only a proven warrior may be tried in High Court. Principles of honor are not applicable to his defense.
I'm a warrior, Vlick. I hereby intervene for him and demand the honors and responsibilities of a warrior's trial. Then this trial is a mockery for the entire galaxy to see. Oh, well, I'm afraid
Could have been one in it. It's not number 3.
I'm a warrior, Vlick. I hereby intervene for him.
A Federation officer claiming the rights of a Klingon warrior. How dare you
or maybe
insult
not.
me, Kirk?
I've faced Klingons both in personal and ship-to-ship combat. Your own records will confirm this. If I'm not worthy of their honors, why didn't they kill me?
That oversight, Kirk, is easily rectified. You and your 3 companions may face the test that we set for the Defender. Then we shall see if you are as worthy as a Klingon.
I want your word of honor, Vlick, that Quetzalcoatl will not be harmed while we take these tests.
Very well. You have my word. Captain Calarax, transport them to the test of life.
Oh, this is getting quite interesting.
What is this place?
Not much is known about Rakur, Ensign. This would appear to be some sort of a mining installation. That creature might be a native life form.
A test of courage? That is the Klingon way.
I somehow doubt that Vlick intends for us to survive this, whatever the outcome. We're the only thing that stands between him and the killing of Quetzalcoatl that he can justify.
Why should he worry about justification, Captain? He's a Klingon. Murder is his natural...
That's not true, Ensign. However, I suspect that Vlick's attack on Rakur exceeded his orders.
She jumped on the mouse.
He needs Quetzalcoatl as a scapegoat, and he needs a fair trial to avoid an inquiry of his own actions.
And our deaths will be the only way he can get it.
A little menace. A little monster.
He is. He's a peril.
Well, this is we're going to reload in case there's more things we can examine and so on.
Yeah.
So feel free to muck about and get killed.
These wooden rods are support beams that were not placed.
Right, you get the wooden rod.
Smack Spock in the back of the head with it. Right. Tricorder.
This creature
Oh,
is
big
composed
menace.
of electrical fields. I would not recommend approaching it. A metal projectile might disrupt its fields and render it harmless.
So, what's that big round thing behind you? Or is that the entrance to the cave?
No effect.
That's the medikitting. It's big metal.
Why would you want to do that? Let's not go misusing a medical kit, Jim.
Can you use...
Is that an exit behind us?
Is that an exit, or is it like a round ball?
A slightly antiquated Klingon lock mechanism.
Bet you
A slightly
spot
antiquated
stick on that
Klingon
thing
lock
behind her.
mechanism.
Yeah. If that is a thing behind him.
What, here?
This section
Yeah,
of
is it
wall was
a
carved by
lever?
some sort of plasma field.
Can we use a lever to move the boulder?
Nothing, is it? So what's that other...
Whoa, steady on, guys. One at a time. Go ahead, Andy. You go first.
That door thing, or whatever that is, with the slats on it, near the wood. Is that... Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, I just clicked on that.
This section of wall was carved by some sort of plasma field.
All right, Dave.
Can we leave this room by going out the back entrance? Out the... Is that a tunnel at the back there?
Doesn't seem to be.
Right, okay.
I don't know if I can go down here. That probably wasn't the best
Load a
move.
previously saved game.
Are we going to call it then?
Yeah, we can do.
I'm quite keen on finishing in time tonight, like last week.
I had thoughts it.
There's nothing less appealing than a
Yeah,
close.
they went too long.
Those are serious charges, Flick.
Pick some daft answers this time.
I'm a warrior, Flick. I hereby intervene for him and demand the honor.
A federation.
I faced Kling.
That's oversight. You and your...
I want your word of honor.
Very well.
Actually,
What is this place?
Not much is...
A test of...
I somehow doubt that the...
Why should he worry about justification, Captain? He's a Klingon. Murder...
That's not true, Ensign.
And our deaths will be the only way...
well, we could have a little one last look about.
Sure.
These wooden rods are support beams that were not placed.
I certainly see nothing there calling for a ship's doctor.
He looks at you with a puzzled expression.
Spock said that was a life form. Have we tried the medical tricorder on it?
Yeah, I think
No
McCoy said
effect.
not to misuse the equipment.
No effect.
No, that was the medikit.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this thing is actually a living creature, right?
Oh look,
Not
the
register as a known life form.
sometimes the mouse is highlighted, sometimes it's not. So watch if you're clicking in case you think you've clicked and you haven't. You see what I mean?
Yeah. As it dances around.
Yeah.
The odds of surviving contact with the creature are too small to calculate.
You look but see nothing of... You look but see nothing of note. You look but see nothing of note. You look but see
Am I
nothing of note.
am I just catching the edge of the...
You look but see nothing of note.
Difficult to say.
You look but see nothing of note.
It's harder for, I think, for us to tell than it is for you.
A field of static lightning.
Yeah.
It seems to be moving in a purposeful manner.
Can you use the stick on that plasma wall?
No effect.
Plunk.
Tried doing
Nothing
it a few
happens.
times.
Nothing
You know what
happens.
happened before when we were making that gas? You had to try it like multiple times, didn't you?
Yeah, and you have
Yeah.
to throw that stone twice as well.
Kelp him in the head. Clunk. Clunk.
Oh, I haven't actually looked at this door.
I think it said it's a primitive.
Yeah, I looked at the lock.
A slightly antiquated Klingon lock mechanism. The floor is incomplete, made of unrefined natural rock.
I mean, how would that creature actually exist in that state?
Can we tricorder the floor if you could click on it to look?
This rock has a high iron content.
Oh.
Ah, metal. Can we pick it up? Can we leave it up?
Well, I'm just wondering if this creature's conductivity on the walls, you know, that's how the electrons can sort of move. But if you cut off that, would it actually?
I'm just thinking it did tell us.
So what if you put the wood?
You
put the
fail
wood
to
on the
obtain
floor near it
anything.
rather than throw it?
You fail to obtain anything.
It said if you throw something metal into it, it'll discharge it. And so we've found out the rocks are made of metal. So I want to chuck a rock in.
You fail to obtain anything.
From that, wherever it was on the floor you could pick up.
Anything.
I don't know if you can use a bit of wood as a lever on the floor to bring one up, if you know what I mean. What about melting the floor with a phaser?
Don't work, do they? Oh, mind
Oh,
you,
they might not have been disabled now. That's true.
Try and kill.
There you go,
Oh.
Davey.
You melt some of the rock.
And then dip
That
the
should
wood
give
in
us
it.
metal.
So we dip the wood in that. You don't want to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrong. Can we look at it or tricorder it?
There you go.
You coat the rod with molten iron. It hardens quickly.
There we go. Now smack Spock with that.
It looks like a cigarette.
It does, yeah, or one of those chocolates, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. What do they call those? Japanese one, isn't it?
Nothing happens.
Did you miss?
I did, yeah.
There you go.
As I suspected, Captain, the creature is in stasis. It should awaken in 3.48 days.
I bet it'll be mad.
Right, I want to go to bed. I did this
I would
last week and I stayed up too
recommend
late.
against disturbing the
I'm
rod.
tired. I've got work in the morning and I want to get a good start to the week. We can repeat this if we feel we need, or we can save it. I guess it's the same thing, really.
Save new game. Replace previous.
The thing is, with most of these, even if you went right back to the start, it doesn't take that long.
We can get there in minutes. I feel that to complete the episode, it's like a couple of minutes work. It's just a question of working out. The only thing is that if we go back to the start, do we miss looking at things and interacting with things and picking up these points that we don't realise we're picking up? Right, well, thank you for watching, whoever's here or whoever watches the video on demand. We will be back I'll be back next week, assuming you'll be here, Alan.
I certainly plan to be.
Well, Andy?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Just give me a second. I need to go to OBS so that we can do our proper live long and prosper. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. And as always, live long and prosper. We'll see you next week. And if I'll be back on stream a bit later this week for some more coding if you wanted to see that. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Good night.